Ok, ahí está. Foto de inteligencia artificial alimentan las teorías de conspiración de que Epstein está vivo en Israel. Pero parece que han trazado el video original y tiene como una marca de inteligencia artificial.
Let's now give this the truth or fake treatment. Vedeka Bell, over by the big board. Good evening to you, Vedeka. Great to see you. The frenzy and fallout surrounding the Epstein files continues. Fake photos of Epstein going viral this weekend, fueling conspiracy theories that he is alive and hiding out in Israel. What's going on?
Well, since these latest files have been released, Jeffrey Epstein has been firmly in focus. And these types of conspiracy theories that Epstein faked his death, it's nothing new, really. We have seen them circulating ever since he was found dead in his cell in August of 2019. But this weekend, new fake photos went viral, adding fuel to the fire with these conspiracy theories that he's very much alive and spotted on the streets of Israel. Now, these are the images that circulated. Users online claimed that Israel faked his death and that Epstein was seen walking the streets of Tel Aviv in Israel. It shows a man with white hair, flanked by two bodyguards, a much shaggier version of a man who does resemble Jeffrey Epstein, we could say. Now, this wasn't the only one. There was another image that went viral online as well. This one here, again, showing a man, showing Jeffrey Epstein with a much longer white beard. Again, people claiming that he is very much seen alive in Israel. But what I can tell you is that these images are not real and they are very much generated by artificial intelligence, which is just adding fuel to the fire with these conspiracy theories.
Well, they are good resemblances, aren't they? So Vedeka, tell us what gives it away that these images aren't actually the real deal.
Well, by doing a reverse image search on our initial viral photo, we were able to take it. We were able to find the first publication of it, which was this account on Reddit, an account named Hard AI Images, an account which is dedicated to sharing AI-generated content. Now, this is the full version of that photo. The one that we saw previously shared on social media was a cropped version. And interestingly enough, in this full version of the image, we can see something here in the bottom corner, and that is a diamond logo. Now, that diamond logo is the logo for Google's Gemini, of which its image generator Nano Banana is very much integrated into its AI Gemini chatbot. Now, cropping, like we saw done with this photo online, is a technique that's often used to share falsehoods or spread fake news because it enables users to crop or remove the AI logo or watermark involved. I also want to mention here that these street signs in the Hebrew do not actually mean anything. They don't translate to anything useful. And again, this is another consistent AI giveaway. Now, it's not just physical factors as well. There's also Google's digital synth ID watermark, which is also detected embedded in the false image itself. Now, I want to take us to our second photo, which we saw here, the one of Jeffrey Epstein with a longer beard, again, claiming to be in Israel. Now, this is, in fact, a retouched image of a very real image of Jeffrey Epstein. It was featured in the Netflix documentary about Epstein titled Filthy Rich. We can see the original photo documented here on the IMDb website about Filthy Rich. It's the same vehicle, same jacket, same clothing. So we can see that AI has been used here to retouch an original and real image, to manipulate it and make him seem older so that it can be reshared as new and cause misinformation online.
And more fuel added to this particular fire when social media users claim that Epstein's gaming account on Fortnite is still active. So, Vedeka, explain.
Well, this is something that I think Fortnite never thought that they would actually have to ever publicly address. But social media users claimed that Jeffrey Epstein's Fortnite account is live and active in Israel. Many users shared a screenshot of an active Fortnite account called Littlest Jeff 1 that was complete with the Israeli flag. Now, social media sleuths pointed out that in the latest batch of Epstein files, so this is a real document from the files, that Jeffrey Epstein received a receipt for a purchase that he made on YouTube, for a film on YouTube, to the account name of Littlest Jeff 1. There's also a real file visible in the Jeffrey Epstein files, in the latest file dump, that references Fortnite and references V-Bucks on Fortnite. V-Bucks is the in-game currency on Fortnite that is purchased with real money. Now, so many users pointed to this, thinking that this was proof that it shows that Jeffrey Epstein is alive and playing Fortnite in Israel. Now, the issue is that according to Fortnite, the player account, this player account is a case of someone changing their in-game username in order to troll or fool others. This is a statement released by Fortnite that it was a ruse by a Fortnite player a few days ago. An existing account changed their username from something unrelated to Littlest Jeff 1. And the Fortnite trackers that track the name and how people are able to see these accounts, they only display your current name and not any prior changes to it. They also made sure to say that there was no record of Epstein's known email addresses in the Fortnite system. This was also been backed further by the CEO of Epic Games, Tim Sweeney, the developer of Fortnite. He says that someone has been having fun renaming their Fortnite account. So there we have it. Jeffrey Epstein, not quite alive and not quite playing games in Israel. I think it's fair to say.
Je huis direct zorgeloos verkocht en zelfs bepalen wanneer je de overdracht wilt. Ook klusjes die je normaal wilt doen voor een verkoop zijn totaal niet nodig.
Bij een aankomende verhuizing heb je gewoon veel te doen. Door het direct te verkopen aan soms real estate.
O sea que una de las imágenes del supuesto Epstein en Israel era inteligencia artificial hecha con Gemini. Otra, pues bueno, ni siquiera era inteligencia artificial, era simplemente Photoshop. Y lo de su cuenta de Fortnite con la banderita de Israel era Pues un tío que ha visto en los archivos cómo se llamaba la cuenta de Jeffrey Epstein y se cambió el nombre de su propia cuenta al mismo nombre que tenía Jeffrey Epstein, pues para hacer un troleo, para decir, mira, soy Jeffrey Epstein, estoy vivo en Israel, ¿no? Y ni es Jeffrey Epstein ni seguramente está en Israel, ¿no? Pero bueno, la exnovia de el príncipe Andrés, uno de los amigos de Jeffrey Epstein, dice que él está vivo, ¿no? Entonces, pues no sé si eso serán manías suyas o paranoias suyas o qué. Pero vamos a verlo. La verdad detrás de la foto de Jeffrey Epstein en Israel después de que la expareja del príncipe Andrés, Victoria Harvey, afirma que está vivo.
Convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein was found dead in a New York jail cell in August 2019. Conspiracy theories about his fate have refused to die. Now, years later, and amid the release of millions of pages of newly unsealed Epstein files, one claim is once again exploding online, that Epstein is not dead at all. A viral image allegedly showing Jeffrey Epstein walking freely in Israel has reignited speculation, with one unexpected figure adding fuel to the fire: disgraced British royal Andrew Mountbatten Windsor's former girlfriend. But what's the truth behind the photo? And how did this conspiracy spiral again? This image began circulating last week across Reddit, Facebook, X, and Telegram. It shows three men casually walking down a street in Tel Aviv, one of whom bears a striking resemblance to Epstein. Posts accompanying the image claimed Epstein was alive and well, with one viral caption reading, "Epstein is still alive and walking the streets of Tel Aviv." The photo spread rapidly just days after fresh Epstein-related documents were released by the U.S. Department of Justice. The timing turbocharged speculation, but there was a major problem with the image. BBC Verify has since investigated the viral photo, and the conclusion was definitive. The image was artificially generated. A visible Google Gemini AI watermark appears in the bottom right corner of the photo, confirming it was not real. Digital artifacts within the image, including distorted shadows, facial inconsistencies, and background anomalies, further supported the finding. Despite this clear debunking, the image continues to circulate, often reposted without the AI watermark, feeding long-running suspicions surrounding Epstein's death. Adding new controversy is Lady Victoria Harvey, a former girlfriend of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Harvey's name appears 23 times in the recently released Epstein files. Speaking to LBC's Tom Swarbrick, she made a startling claim, saying she doesn't think Jeffrey Epstein's dead. When pressed on where she believed Epstein might be, Harvey suggested, without evidence, that he could be in Israel. Her comments quickly made headlines, reigniting debate and drawing criticism from those accusing her of amplifying misinformation. The idea that Epstein survived has circulated since before his death was officially announced. An anonymous 4chan post, published hours before authorities confirmed Epstein had died, claimed he had been secretly removed from prison. The post alleged a body switch took place, with Epstein supposedly smuggled out in a trip van. In a recent revelation reported by LBC, the poster was later identified as a security guard, though this does not validate the claims made. Lady Harvey referenced this individual, saying the guard needs to be interviewed, suggesting the Epstein files raised questions she believes remain unanswered. Epstein was found unresponsive in his cell at 6:30 a.m. at New York's Metropolitan Correctional Center. Multiple investigations concluded he died by suicide. Then Attorney General William Barr described the circumstances as a perfect storm of screw-ups, citing staffing shortages, broken cameras, and protocol failures. No credible evidence has ever emerged to suggest Epstein escaped custody. Despite repeated debunkings, Epstein conspiracies continue to resurface, driven by distrust, delayed document releases, and the sheer scale of his crimes. But in this case, the viral Epstein in Israel photo isn't proof of survival, it's proof of how easily misinformation spreads in the digital age. And as the Epstein files continue to emerge, separating fact from fiction has never mattered more.
Ms. Maxwell, were you a close friend and confidant of Jeffrey Epstein?
I would like to answer your question, but on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer this question and any related questions. My habeas petition is pending in the Southern District of New York. I therefore invoke my right to silence under the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
At any point during your personal relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, were you aware that Mr. Epstein was sexually abusing minors and adult women?
I would like to answer your question, but on the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer this question and any related questions.
Ok, señores y señoras. Tomás, ¿vos sabes si el príncipe Andrés se lo podrían torcer su gobierno a la cárcel o es imposible sueño húmedo? Por lo de las chicas, no creo. Por lo de pasarle información privilegiada a Epstein y tal, podría ser. Aunque no creo que lleguen al punto de meterlo en la cárcel, porque sería demasiado escandaloso para la familia real. Yo creo que antes discretamente lo facturan al extranjero y ya, ¿no? Se irá a vivir, pues, yo qué sé, a Dubái o a Mónaco o algún lugar de estos. Tiene un parezco a Jim Carrey con pelo largo y barba, pero no tan parecido por el otro, es bastante flaco, ¿no? Sí, sí, seguramente, pues... es otro tipo y le hicieron, o sea, o agarraron una foto de Epstein y le hicieron crecer la barba y... Tomás, me olvidé de decirte que en lista pedófila está parte de los Caputo. Ay. Un tal Manzano es argentino, creo que debe ser libertario y empresario, pero solo se lo menciona. Puede ser. Pero me parece raro que el tal Nicolás Caputo, o sea, si el italiano dice que él no es, o sea, ¿cómo puede ser que nadie en Argentina se pregunte si el tal Nicolás Caputo no es... No, sigue sin salir a nada. Ok. Ok. Así que hasta ahora deben ser 3 argentinos, pero no se lo menciona a Macri y es raro. Sí, Macri hizo negocios con Trump, seguro que tiene que estar metido también el hijo de puta. Bueno. Sin embargo, aunque esté muerto Jeffrey Epstein, lo que sí que cada vez más gente da por probable es que el hijoputa este del Jeffrey Epstein no se hubiera suicidado, sino que habría sido asesinado. Las pruebas crecientes de que Epstein fue asesinado, un misterioso destello naranja y el médico que dice que fue estrangulado. Bueno, si me dan un segundo me pongo un cafecito. Y vamos a leer esto, ¿ok? Ok. Uah. Tomás, ¿ya le hicieron análisis al cuerpo al Epstein? Brother, ¿has estado siguiendo el programa o no? ¿Has estado siguiendo el programa? Hemos dicho, le hicieron la autopsia cuando se murió, sin embargo. Ahora hay gente que duda de la autopsia. Y sí, tenía familiares, tenía a su hermano. Bueno. Ok. Es solo un destello naranja en medio del gris de cemento de un desolado centro de detención de Nueva York, pero para algunos podría ser la revelación más significativa de todas en medio de los